Hello video production students. We are in week 4. It's April 13th. Just want to give a quick overview of what I'm hoping to get done this week. This week hopefully you get your footage all completed, and you're going to be able to get the editing done for this first project, this PSA or commercial, whichever one you've chosen. If you've got some issues, please reach out to me via email and I'll try to work with you, but I'd like to get ready to move on to the next project. So you're going to do your editing, you're going to complete the editing of the final video, and then I want you to update your shared folder, putting it all in the cloud so I can take a look at what you have. And if you've got all that done already, or if you want to start thinking about next project we're going to do is a Mother's Day gift. It's I want you to we'll talk more about that next week, but or later on. But I want you to start collecting photos from your childhood. Any pictures you have, ask your dad or whoever. Try to start collecting some images from birth to now of you and your siblings if you have some. I've got a cool project that would really going to put a smile on Mom's face. Alright, we'll talk more about that later on. Alright, getting into this week's work, what we need to do. So assuming you've put together all your footage in Adobe Premiere, you've got your file here and it's all ready to go. Your video is ready to export. I want to make sure that we know how to export it and then how to share it with me. So first off, when you go to export, you want to make sure that this box is selected. I don't know if it's still true in this version of Adobe Premiere, but I like to make sure I've got my pointer tool selected here. Come into this box is highlighted, click in here and just do a quick select all so I have everything that I know that I'm exporting. That may be an additional step not needed. So we're going to go to File and we're going to go to Export and we're going to go to Media right here. Again, export right over here to media, and then we are going to select our formatting. So under here there are lots of different formats. This seems to be a popular one to work with, so we're going to go ahead and go with this for YouTube. And then under that format we're also going to come down here and select our preset. So there's all kinds of options here. I'm going to just go down to YouTube in case we want to post these, and we're going to go full HD. Alright, now you may have shot footage in something other than that, but we're going to try to see if we can get this ready for YouTube. So I'd like you to pick this one right here. So we've got our format, we've got our preset. You don't need to put any comments in there. Now the output name, this is just some default output name. I'd like you to double click on this and it's going to do two things. It's going to allow us to name the file and it's going to tell us where we want to put it. So on my desktop I have I'm going to go up one. So this is my desktop here, and on my desktop I have a folder, as you should as well, of all your local work, because you're working with these videos, you're not working from the cloud. I've got a folder for my PSA, and I want you guys to name it with your last name, not mine, and then whatever it is. So I'm going to say Dairy PSA. You're going to say your whatever your name is, and commercial or PSA, and I'm going to hit save. Okay, so now it's got the format, the preset, the name. I hit export, and it's going to take a minute or so to do this. I'm going to pause video because I want you to wait a minute. Okay, I'm all finished exporting, so if I go down here now and I go to my local folder and I take a peek inside this local folder, in the PSA I should see an MP4 with the name that I just gave it. So that's my completed project. Alright, next off, I'd like you to take your local folder and put it up into the cloud with the folder that you shared with me. So let's just say, say I was working with Mr. Rachi on a project, and I want to, it's moving around too much for me. So I got Mr. Rachi's here, and I'm sharing with him. I would just take this folder and drag it. You're going to drag it to your own. It's a pretty big file, so it may take a moment to load, depending on what you have. And you can see that I've got my local loaded up here with my PSA, and now I can give you a grade on that. So all that stuff's right in there. Alright, so that's what you need to do for this week. Moving forward, I want you to start collecting those photos. And the other thing is, today's a pretty crummy day, so who knows, your internet may go down, but maybe you'll still have some power. So I would consider going over here to the Learning tab in Adobe Premiere and taking a look at some of the really cool stuff that's over here. You've got, you know, if you haven't done the basics yet, do that. Do these, and there's more to be had out there on the Adobe site. So take a look at these things. Adobe Premiere is a powerful program, and you can have a lot of fun with it, especially moving into our next project. Good luck.